Shirt is, if you can get it, it's Aloha. It's Hawaii actually, but the the surfboard is an I, and this is the pillar of I from Hawaii. And oh my goodness! Now I was just gonna play some music, and just when I put music on, they always put a commercial on. So let's see what's next here. Okay. So I want to talk about 22 being the magical healer. 22. And what does that mean? Okay. I think you're a catalyst for healing. Holding space for people. Holding space is being able to use your own silence, and your presence allows them to connect up to their spirit inside. So, I mean, there could be some talking and some other modalities, but primarily what it is your presence that is the catalyst for people to reconnect to spirit within themselves. And all healing, it has to come from within. You know, the different things that we do, the different modalities and the energies that come in, they have to connect. And even if they come from something external, they have to connect with you. And I always go here, the high heart, the sacred heart, that is where it has to connect. And if there is some blockages in here, the idea of spiritual bypassing is that, you know, if the Kundalini energy, it starts way down here, you know, way down below here, and then it comes up. But a lot of people have got a bypass, and it bypasses the heart. So it goes from like your solar plexus chakra, and then it might go all the way, well, or it might not even get past here, right? But some people seem to be able to talk the talk, but they seem inauthentic. And it's because they have bypassed the heart. So maybe they've got some abilities, you know, to vision and see, but you know, the feeling you get around them is that they're not quite right, you know. And that's because they have bypassed the heart and they've gone to the mind, more than the third eye. They're into their mind, the intellectual mind, and they can be brilliant. But without the heart, they're not healed and they're not safe. And these are the kind of people that will, you know, they can lead a lot of people astray because they can be very, very, very convincing. But without that sacred heart, it's mind, it's intellectual mind, and that leads down the path of being egoic twit. And I know, I can tell people that are egoic twits, and I know a lot of people that will follow egoic twits because they don't get it. And it's spiritually bypassing the high heart. Okay, so if you're a 22 or you're being called to be a 22, ways that might happen is you might wake up in the middle of the night and then it'll be 222 on your digital clock. Or you might be flipping through the TV channels and there's a hockey game on there, and the player turns around, and the first player you see that turns around is wearing number 22. So watch for 22s. That means you're being called to be a magical healer. So again, what you're really doing is you are being a catalyst to help people reconnect, because they were always connected, but there's blockages that have happened. Well, you know, it could have been that they never had a connection their whole life, or they might have been connected when they were just a small child, and then through trauma they became disconnected from, you know, from spirit, I guess that's what you would call it. It's very hard to say. Everyone's individual. But anyway, if you're a magical healer, there's going to be different ways that you can help people. And, you know, it could be as simple as being a human touch. A human touch could from you to somebody like this. But be very careful. You don't just go around walking down the mall and you know people are shopping and just going running along and tap 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 tap. You have to, can't be ridiculous about it. But your aura will help. If you've got a strong aura, your aura can flip people. um Whatever you're called for your different types of things. I mean, somebody might be an expert in herbology, somebody might like crystals. Personally, I really like crystals, and I've been a Reiki practitioner. But I do all kinds of different kinds of very oddball things that very few people know about. But I've talked about them in some of my videos, and um, holographic healing is what I do. It's basically my body being a hologram, and with a hologram, everything is included with the hologram. So some people say, well, the whole universe is within you. So using that principle, if I do healing on sore spots in my body, then these sore spots aren't necessarily just my body, but they can be somewhere else within the universe it's appearing in here. So when I'm fixing myself, it's going to be fixing outside of me. Cleaning ley lines is what I do. How do I clean ley lines? I go by and I just see if there's anything, and I don't. It's not mind. It's just I go by, and how do I know if something's weird? Well, I feel sensations in my body. I feel sensations in my body, and that's when I know that there was something that wasn't right, or it's just a sign. I feel things, and it's like, oh, something's getting healed. So but for you, you have to find your own way, your own path. But if you're called to be an intuitive healer, then start looking into these different kinds of things. Follow your interests. And even if you're a traditional healer, like a traditional medical doctor or a nurse, investigate new things. Follow your intuition, and don't be afraid to look at alternative things that were always poo-pooed. I mean, run the gamut of things, and just see what resonates with you. See where your interests lie. Maybe you might like doing massage. That's always very good. And not to say that new kinds of healings won't appear too. There's always seems to be new things that I see. Anyway, I'm feeling a lot of stuff going on here, so I know that there's something going on. There you go. 22, the magical healer.